Hello friends, welcome to NISHCHAY Series of BFM. In NISHCHAY Series, as you know, we are covering MCQs, plus case studies, plus theory at the back end, wherever it's required. I've covered many numericals in this, case studies in this. Today I'll be covering some important objective questions. Mainly they are related to your Basel, CRAR Basel. So watch the video till then, and Basel, you know, is the main crux of your BFM. So watch the video till the end, share it with your friends, like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon, do it fast. Let's start. Which of the following statement is not correct regarding the capital of a bank? See, here the question is not correct. Always in exam you have to focus on what is asked. Not correct. Okay. Capital is divided into tiers according to characteristic of each of the qualifying instrument. For supervisory purposes, the capital fund has two categories. The highest quality of capital with the bank is in the form of tier 1 capital. The highest quality of capital with the bank is tier 2 capital funds. Now answer this. This is the, I won't say simplest one, but a sort of simple, okay type. It's not that difficult. Answer it. Check this. Capital is divided into tiers according to the characteristic of each qualifying instrument. That is true or false? Tiers. We have, what are the types of capitals? We have tier 1, 2 and 3. 3 is also there. Huh? We generally don't know about 3, but 3 is also there. Tier 3 is the emergency capital. Kindly note. Emergency. We use this only when in case of very urgency due to market risk. Now that is also one point. Tier 3 is used only in case you find a liquidity crunch due to market risk, not due to your credit or ops risk. Okay? Why? Because market risk is the risk which is not in your hands. See here, if you find a credit crunch because of your credit risk or ops risk, it means you are at fault. Why? Because credit risk is you'll be able to control credit risk, you'll be able to control the ops risk also, because operations risk is also under your control. But market risk is something which is not under your control. Like suppose if there is a war tomorrow, Russia-Ukraine war or this any war, it breaks up. Then is it in your hands? Not there. If the oil prices surge, is it in your hands? Not. So that's why only which are unavoidable circumstances, there tier 3 is used. Okay. So tier 3 is used over there. Tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 1, yes, it is as per the tiers. So this is free. Tier 1 is called as free capital, or we call it going concern. Going concern. Tier 1. And tier 2 is known as gone concern. Gone. Why gone? Gone and going? Because tier 1 is a free capital. Here, suppose if I lose the money, nobody is going to ask me. I am not going to be questioned by anyone. Means I don't have to pay interest on this. Whereas in tier 2, I have to pay the interest. Because tier 2 means what? I borrow the capital from the bank, take a loan, and then I use it for my business. So it means what? The bank is going to charge me the interest even if I lose that money. But the same is not true with tier 1 capital. So it is divided into tiers. That is correct. For supervisory purposes, the capital fund has two categories. Yeah, that is also true. Because as I told you, tier 3 is only for emergency type. Supervisory purposes, capital fund has two categories. That is true. Tier 1 and tier 2. The highest quality of capital with the bank is in form of tier 1 capital. Free. Because of course, that is free. And the correct answer is this. The highest quality of capital with the bank is tier 2 capital. And what do we want? Not correct. So this is not correct. So that's why tier 2 is the answer. Got it everyone? Clear? Move on. The revaluation reserves are to be taken at dash discount while determining the value of the inclusion in tier 1 now it is. It's not in tier 2. Tier 1 it is now. Earlier it was included in tier 2. Now it is included in tier 1. Okay. So, at what percent discount do we take? Firstly, what is revaluation reserve? What do you mean by this? Revaluation reserve. Firstly, understand the word reserve. Why do we keep the word reserve? Reserve means what? If tomorrow some losses happen, then we have this reserve. But what is this revaluation then? This revaluation reserve is mainly kept in treasury. Okay, in treasury it is kept. Whenever you invest in treasuries, okay, there is a chance that sometime the bonds might, the prices of the bond might go down heavily. There is a chance, because if tomorrow the market surges or interest rate goes up heavily, immediately what will happen? The prices of the bond will go down. So in that case, this revaluation reserves is used. Okay, this is basically a reserve which is kept for the forthcoming losses, means unseen losses in treasury. So now this is included where? This is included in tier 1 because it's come from your net profit only. So that's why it is included in tier 1. Tier 1 includes 4 parts. Kindly note, those who are new, now new can't be the answer, but those who don't know, tier 1 includes 4 types of 4 parts. One is your share capital, second is your net profit, third is reserves and surplus, yes, and fourth one is revaluation reserves. Tier 1. Okay, and yeah, one more. Now this is CET1, but it includes 2 more. Again, even I forgot that. See this. Tier 1 consists of 2 parts. CET1, tier 1 consists of 2 parts. CET1, common equity tier 1, and AT1, additional tier 1. So here these 4 elements are there, whichever I gave you just now. What that your share capital, your net profit, your reserves and surplus, and revaluation reserves. And here you have 2 separate, P and CP, perpetual non-cumulative preference shares, and this IPDI, innovative perpetual debt instruments. Okay. So these are the part of tier 1, and here your revaluation reserves comes over here, RR. Okay, it comes over here, and it is taken at 15% of the capital shown in the balance sheet, 40% of the face value shown in the balance sheet, 55% of the value shown in the balance sheet, and 60% of the value shown in the balance sheet. So the answer is, you want a discount. See, discount is this 55%. So understand this concept. What happens is many of the students take it as 55%. It's not 55%. It is 55% discount. So it means if my revaluation reserves are 100, okay, then I need to take it at 45 rupees. Means for my calculations, I'll consider it as 45 rupees. So the difference is 55. Okay, so understand 55% is a discount. 55% is not the value. The value is 45%. Okay, got it everyone? This concept many of the students are missing out. They consider this as the value. No, this is a discount. This you have to subtract. So the answer is this, 55% of the value shown in the balance sheet. Now this revaluation reserves, as I told you, it's mainly what? It is used in treasury only. Because it is for treasury only, right? Because you purchase the bonds, right? When you purchase the bonds, there are chances that the bonds might go up or go down. If they go up, then no problem. If they go down, then there's a problem. Price goes down, then you have a problem, isn't it? General provisions and loss reserves are shown as a part of tier 2 capital, subject to max of. This is separate. This question comes in exam. In fact, you get numerical also on this. So general provision and loss reserves are shown as a part of tier 2 capital, subject to 9% of the RWA, 6% of the tier 2 capital, 4% of the capital funds and 1.25% of the RWA, risk-weighted assets. Answer this. Let me see your answer first in the comment section. Yes? See here, whenever you calculate this provisions, general provisions, okay? Understand the right answer over here. See here, it is 1.25% of risk-weighted assets, okay? But there is a but in this. What? The but in this is, whenever you get a numerical, while solving the numerical, you have to take this figure or here 1.25% of RWA, okay, or given figure in the numerical, given figure. In the problem, they will give you some figure. So, given figure in the numerical, whichever is, now this is another question, whichever is what? Higher or lower? Whichever is higher or whichever is lower? This is what you'll have to think. Give me the answer, yes, everyone. Whichever is higher or whichever is lower. This is the only point or only figure where we require, what is the answer? Let me get it from you first. Where we require lower, okay? Everywhere else it is higher, only here it is lower, whichever is lower. Means in the exam, if they give you this given figure of general provisions as, let's say, 200 crores. And your answer using 1.25% of RWA comes out to be, let's say, 150 crores. 150, okay? 150 crores. Forget this. So this answer comes out to be 150 crores. Then you have to take this one lower. You don't have to take the higher. Okay. This is a typical requirement while solving any tier 2 calculations. Okay. Many of the students make mistake over here. They definitely give you a figure in your numerical. The figure is regarding this general provisions. Okay. Only this is the point. General provisions is 1.25% of the given RWA or given figure whichever is lower. Only this is a catch in tier 2. Remaining everywhere tier 2 is okay. Means subordinate debt is given, that is taken, whatever is given, 100%. Okay. Which of the following instrument is not included in upper tier 2 capitals? Upper tier 2. Perpetual cumulative preference shares, redeemable non-cumulative preference shares, redeemable cumulative preference shares, perpetual non-cumulative preference shares. Now, understand the concept. Upper tier 2 capital. Tier 2 capital also has two parts. One is upper and second is lower. Upper means what? Firstly, what is tier 2? Tier 2 means it's a paid capital. Paid capital means what? Here I am taking the loan from somebody and then using it. Okay, that is the meaning of this tier 2 capital. Okay, now there are two parts. Means suppose I am taking a loan, means I can take a loan in form of bank loan also or somebody's personal, or I can sell the bonds also. I can sell the bonds to somebody, debentures, and then I can take the money. That way also I can do it. So upper tier 2 means what? Which can be converted into cash at a faster pace. Immediately I won't say. Immediately it's only tier 1. At a faster pace than the others. So which all are included in this? Or one more point is that perpetual cumulative preference shares. Perpetual means long term. Cumulative means, what is the meaning of this? Perpetual, long term. The bonds, debentures are of, let's say, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Cumulative means what? Cumulative means if I don't pay you the dividend any year, next year I have to pay you the dividend along with arrears. That is cumulative. Redeemable non-cumulative preference shares. Non-cumulative means you don't have to pay the dividends, but redeemable. Redeemable means what? That person can come to you anytime, the holder of the bonds can come to you anytime and give you back the bonds and he can take the money. So there is always a chance of these bonds getting redeemed. It's like the FD in your bank. The FD holder can come anytime and take back the FD, isn't it? Redeemable cumulative preference shares. Okay, redeemable cumulative preference shares. So again, here cumulative is there. Redeemable, this whenever you have this word redeemable means anyone can come anytime, and cumulative is also the same part. Because cumulative means what? After all, if you don't pay the dividend this year, next year you will have to pay the dividend. So here also compulsory payment is there. So all these three are the part of your tier 2 capital. Because here everywhere you take this, in this tier 2 capital, it's a sort of paid capital. But this part, perpetual non-cumulative preference share, this is a part of your 81, additional tier 1. This is not the part of your tier 2. This is a part of your 81, additional tier 1. Kindly note this. Okay? Got it, everyone? Now, what all can be included in this perpetual cumulative preference shares? Or what all can be the parts here? Any preference share means what basically? Preference share, there are two types of shares. One is ordinary, second is preference. If preference shares are given whenever the company is newly formed, nobody is ready to buy the shares at that time. New form, small form is there. So at that time, the owner gives the preference shares to the near ones who are ready to buy. Okay, and that's why this has compulsory dividend part. Compulsory dividend is there. Okay. Only when you give the preference shares in this form, PNCP, perpetual non-cumulative. Perpetual means long term, 20 years, 30 years. Non-cumulative means I can, if I miss a dividend some year, there's no compulsion on me to give the dividend. Okay. So this is not the part of your upper tier 2. Next, what is the maximum extent of subordinate debt that can be included in tier 2 capital? Subordinate debt. Subordinate debt. 100% of tier 2, 100% of tier 1, 100% of capital funds, 50% of tier 1. Think over it. What is the maximum percentage of subordinate debt? These problems like these haunt you in the exam. These really create a problem. Means these are pinpointed questions, isn't it? Firstly, what is the subordinate debt? What do you mean by subordinate debt? Everyone? Sir, kindly understand one part regarding subordinate debt. In subordinate debt, see this, it is the capital, or it is the deposit debt you take it. See here, what is debt basically? Whenever you take a deposit also from the customer, that is also a debt. So here it means that the debt that ranks lower than the ordinary depositors, lower than, only those less than with a minimum capital, minimum maturity of 5 years, that is generally taken. But RBI has given certain provisions for that. Kindly note, it is lower than the ordinary deposits. That ranks lower than the ordinary deposits. Now RBI has given certain provisions for this. What are those? Those are if the subordinate debts are, okay, firstly let me answer this question. The answer to this is what? Yeah. How many of you have got this correct? The answer to this question is yes. 50% of tier 1. 50% of tier 1. That is the real answer. But now let me explain you what is subordinate debt. Okay. Subordinate debt is taken means subordinate. I have taken a debt from somebody other than my normal deposits. Normal deposits which I take from the customers. Okay. That is my normal debt. And subordinate means it's a rank a bit lower. Now the problem over here is whenever I use this subordinate debt, the minimum maturity should be 5 years to qualify. Means RBI says this, but RBI also gives one more ranking, means regarding the risk weights for the subordinate debts. If your subordinate debt is less than 1 year, then the risk weight is 100%. If your subordinate debt SD, I'll write it SD, okay, less than 1 year, then your risk weighted asset, risk weight is 100%. Okay. If it is less than 2 years, then it is 80%. 3 years, okay, it's years, years, 60%. 4 years, less than 4 years, kindly note, what is this, 40%. It reduces by 20%, less than 5 years, it is 20%. And now, as I told you, if it is more than 5 years, okay, then no risk, zero risk. That's why I said subordinate debts are the maturities of the deposits taken. Deposits means debts taken. They are lower than the deposits which have a minimum maturity of 5 years. Okay. So these clauses are included by RBI. Kindly note. Because subordinate debt, we generally require this in our business. Urgently we require some funds. At that time, tier 1 is not possible at every time. Okay. So minimum maturity of 5 years, you will have zero risk weight. Okay. Or rate of discount also it is called as. This can also be called as rate of discount. Means this much discount you can take it. Discount percent. You can add this as discount percent. Okay. So you can take this also. So this is the basic meaning of subordinate debt. Means it's a loan or the debt taken a slight lower level than your normal deposits, and maturity minimum 5 years, then the discount rate is 0. Okay. Under which method of value at risk calculation, VAR, is calculated using a sample of randomly generated price scenarios. Randomly generated. Always in every question, you have to focus on certain word. Because only one word is important in every question. That you have to, that should be clicked in your mind. Okay. So correlation method, historical simulation method, Monte Carlo simulation method, and backtesting. Think. Answer is very simple. Very simple over here. Because 3 methods are of the same type. Means their logic is same. But only one method is there which is of different type. I'll give you more hint. 3 methods are related to present and past. Present and past. But only one method is related to future. That is scenarios. Scenarios. Whenever you think of future, it's called as scenarios. So which is this method? Is it correlation, historical simulation, Monte Carlo, or backtesting? Think, everyone. Think first. Yes, it is Monte Carlo. Why? Because see this correlation method. What do you do in correlation? You have studied this in ABM also, correlation. 2 X and Y values are given, but these are all existing values. So present and past. Historical simulation, history, you are checking the historical values, previous values, so past. So how will you generate the scenarios? See here, where are scenarios generated? Tell me. Scenarios are generated when you don't know anything. Historical values, you know it. You can already see the values. Similarly, backtesting. Backtesting is also done for the previous values. So there you know the values. So no scenarios are required over here. Scenarios are required whenever you are doing a simulation, future dated. Simulation is always future values. And there you have to create scenarios. Now what are scenarios over here? Scenarios means it can be like, suppose if the inflation rises to 8% and bond rates go down to 6%, then what will happen? Suppose if RBI increases the repo rate by 0.5% and the inflation rises by 0.2%, then what will be the scenarios? What will be the effect? See here, and net, what are you studying? You are studying in VAR. What are you studying in this VAR basically? Value at risk. The effect of the changes on your portfolio. Okay? Portfolio. The effect of the changes on your portfolio. That's what the main concern is. All the bonds, anything, any investment which you have purchased. What is the effect of the changes or scenario changes on your portfolio? That is studied. Okay? When a bank provides a loan of 5 crores in accordance with RBI guidelines for a period of 5 years at a rate of interest of 1% over MCLR of the bank. At present, MCLR is 9%. The loan shall be repaid in 4 years. 4 yearly installments with 1 year moratorium. 1 year is moratorium. Okay? Funding of the loan shall be done by a deposit of 5 years. So 4 plus 1, 5, 4 plus 1, this is 5 years. Same. Duration is matching. Of the same amount. The interest rate of it being 6%. So deposit interest rate is 6% and loan interest rate is 1% over MCLR. So it 9 plus 1, 10. So let's write it over here. Loan and deposit. Okay, what is given? Loan period is period n equals to 5 years, 5 years. Both are matching. 4 plus 1, right? Rate R, rate of interest R. 9 plus 1, 10%. Here it is. What is it? 6%. See this, 6%. So matching. It's also okay. Because deposit is less, loan is more. So it's okay. What are the kinds of risk associated with the loan given? So now you have to find out the risk. So loan is for 5 years, deposit is for 5 years. Okay. Guideline for a period of 5 years at a rate of interest. So what are the risks? Funding risk, liquidity risk, reinvestment risk, and embedded option risk. So which one will be the answer? Think over it. See here, whenever you have this deposit, the concern of the deposit, do you know? The main concern of the deposit. This depositor can come to you anytime. This depositor can come to you anytime and give back that FD and take back the money. So your deposit is gone. So this side becomes 0 in that case. This side is 0 and this side is a loan. Whatever that amount, 5 crores. So here you will have to match the amount now, 5 crores. This is 0. You will have to find out another deposit. Now that another deposit might not come at 6%. It might come at 8%. So your NII will be affected. This is the problem. So funding risk, in fact, there can be a reverse problem also. Depositor is there, but this loan person, whoever has taken the loan, that person might get some money. He'll just come back and give back your loan 0. this becomes 5 crores, this becomes 0. Then also you have a problem. Anywhere you have a problem. So both should always match. So any of these funding risk, what do you mean by funding risk? Funding means this part. Deposit becomes 0 and loan becomes 5 crores. Funding risk is there. Liquidity risk. That can also be the problems here. Here I'll face a liquidity crunch because I don't have the money. Loan is given, but deposit is 0 now. So I'll have to bring the deposit. Reinvestment risk. So see, the same is the reinvestment risk. This deposit which I have got at 6%, I may not get it again at 6%. The new deposit can be at 7-8% also. Then it will affect my NII. Embedded option risk. What is this? Just now I told you. Depositor can come to you and close that deposit anytime. Loan holder can come to you, borrower can come to you and close that loan anytime. You can't stop anyone. So, 1, 2, 3 and 4, all the risks do exist. Okay, all the risks exist. From the below statements regarding the commercial paper, commercial CP, choose the correct ones. See here, correct you want to always focus on the important word, correct. For issuance of CP, minimum credit rating shall be P2 of CRISIL or such equivalent, P2. All India financial institutions, primary dealers cannot raise finance through CP. Cannot. PDs cannot raise. You want a correct one, huh? A company to issue CP shall have a tangible net worth of at least 4 crores in its past audited balance sheet. 4 crores. 4 crores. Is this the right answer? So you want a correct one, huh? Correct one. Is it A and B? Is it B and C? Is it A and C or is it A, B and C all? Which one? Think. This is given in your module C. C it is given. In fact, it's given in B also, it's given in D also. Everywhere. Mainly it's in C, but it's a part of, it can be a part of B also. Because CP is everywhere, commercial paper. Here, what is CP? CP is a private placement. Kindly note. What is CP? Suppose if I am the company, I am Reliance. I want the money for some business. What are the ways? The ways can be, I can issue the shares. Again, get the money. But that is a long process. The best process is CP. I know 50 persons in the market or 50 investors in the market, big ones. I can just call them. See, I am issuing the CP. You subscribe to it. I am giving you so and so interest rate and take it. Is there any cost involved? No, very less cost. Whereas in shares, there is a huge cost involved. Suppose if you want to issue the CDs, certificate of deposits, there also huge cost is involved. CP is a simpler, cheaper cost. So that's why many of the big companies go for CP. So what is the answer but over here? The answer over here is A and C. Only A and C are correct. P2 rating, correct. 4 crore, correct. Okay? So that is the answer. So now, before going, everyone, kindly note, join the crash course immediately. The crash courses, join them immediately. The crash courses have just now started. Okay? Oh. One second. The crash courses have just now started. Okay? Just now started. Join through the app. Download the app first and then purchase. Okay? Because in the app you will be getting 1% extra using the coin systems. So don't miss that also. Even why to lose the 1%? See this. Go to Adda 24/7 CAIIB June. Ebooks, mock tests, online classes. Ebooks are to the level of chapter wise, per chapter. mock test chapter wise per chapter. Online classes, live classes, as well as recorded sessions. If you miss out something, you can get back. Discount part, look at this. Never forget the code. It was given on the slides also. Y432. 79% discount plus 1% extra, 80%. 1% extra through the app. So don't forget this. Even that 1% is useful and 79 is huge thing. But never forget the code Y432. You can also purchase the Mahapack. In Mahapack right now you are getting double validity. Let me show you. You are right now getting double validity in CAIIB Mahapack. Okay? See this CAIIB Mahapack 2.0. Double validity. You buy for 6 months, you get it for 12 months. You buy for 12 months, you get it for 24 months. In Mahapack, you are getting marathons as well. All the marathons. Okay, previous also. Plus, you get elective subjects also. It's a win-win situation. Okay, buy this Mahapack. And never forget the code Y432. Okay, Y432. Look at this Y432. This code is very important. And download the app. See this 79% and validity is double. Earlier it was 6, now it is double. So double validity. So don't miss this. Okay.